The Enchanted Train. In the quiet town of Bramblewick, there was a train station that most people ignored. Its tracks were rusty, its benches old, and no train had stopped there for decades. At least, not that anyone could see. But 12-year-old Noah often sat on the platform at night, listening to the wind whistle through the broken clock tower above the station. His grandmother had once told him, "At midnight, when the clock strikes 12, the enchanted train comes." But it only appears to those who believe. Most kids laughed at such tales. But Noah believed, and one misty night, as the clock tower chimed 12 times, he heard it, the distant whistle of a train. Out of the fog, a locomotive appeared, silver and gleaming, its wheels glowing with sparks of gold. Its windows shone with warm light, and instead of smoke, shimmering stars trailed from its chimney. Noah's heart raced. The train slowed and stopped right before him. A tall conductor in a blue coat and silver cap leaned out. "Passenger?" the conductor asked kindly. Noah swallowed hard. "Where does it go?" The conductor smiled. "Wherever your heart needs to travel." Without hesitation, Noah climbed aboard. Inside, the train was more beautiful than Noah could have imagined. Velvet seats, crystal lamps, and long hallways that seemed to stretch forever. Passengers of all kinds sat inside. Children in old-fashioned clothes, travelers carrying books that glowed faintly, even a cat wearing spectacles, reading a newspaper. "Welcome aboard," said a girl about Noah's age. She had curly hair and a mischievous smile. "I'm Lila. First time, yes," Noah admitted. "What is this place?" "It's the Enchanted Train," Lila said. "It travels through stories, memories, and dreams. Everyone here is on a journey." "And where are you going?" Noah asked. Lila shrugged. "That's the mystery. The train always takes us where we need to go, even if we don't know it yet." The train whistled and slowed. Outside the window stretched a forest glowing with lanterns hanging from the trees. Each lantern contained something moving, tiny pictures like fragments of dreams. The conductor announced, "First stop, the Forest of Forgotten Dreams." Curious, Noah and Lila stepped off. The ground sparkled as though dusted with starlight. One lantern drifted down and landed in Noah's hands. Inside, he saw himself, smaller, holding his father's hand. His father had passed away 2 years ago. Tears stung his eyes. "This is one of my dreams. I used to dream he was still here." The lantern flickered warmly, as if comforting him. Lila whispered, "The forest keeps the dreams people forget. Some are sad, some are joyful, but none are lost forever." Noah carefully released the lantern back into the air. Back on the train, the journey grew rough. The windows darkened as storm clouds swirled outside. Strange shadows crept along the glass, whispering doubts. "You don't belong here," they hissed at Noah. "You'll never be strong enough. You're just a boy who believes in silly stories." Noah covered his ears, but the voices pressed harder. Lila grabbed his hand. "Don't listen. Shadows feed on fear. Say something true, something stronger than their lies." Noah shouted, "I do belong here, because I still believe." The shadows shrieked and vanished. The storm faded, and the train rolled on. The conductor appeared, nodding approvingly. "Well done. Every passenger must face the shadows. You passed your first test." The next stop was a towering library with shelves that stretched into the sky. Books floated on their own, opening and closing as though alive. "This is the library between worlds," the conductor said. "Every story ever told, and ever to be told, lives here." Noah wandered through the shelves in awe. He found books with titles like "The Boy Who Saved the Moon" and "The Cat Who Counted Stars." Then he noticed a blank book glowing softly. When he opened it, the pages filled with words describing his own journey. The moment he boarded the train, the dream lantern, the shadows he faced. It's writing my story, Noah whispered. Of course, Lila said. Everyone's story is still being written. That's why we're here. The train's whistle blew again, carrying them into a golden desert where massive hourglasses lay half buried in the sand. Each hourglass held glowing sand that trickled slowly, or not at all. The conductor explained, "This is the desert of lost time. Every grain of sand is a moment someone wasted, forgotten, or wished to take back." As Noah walked, he found an overturned hourglass with only a few grains left. It was labeled with his name. He gasped, "Is this my time?" The conductor placed a hand on his shoulder. "Not exactly. It shows the moments you nearly lost to doubt. But you're here now, choosing to keep moving. That's what matters." Noah carefully set the hourglass upright. The sand inside began to glow brighter, refilling slowly. The train grew quieter as it entered a tunnel of pure starlight. The conductor approached Noah and Lila. "Every journey ends with a choice," he said. "The train has shown you dreams, shadows, stories, and time. But now you must decide. Do you return to your world, or do you stay aboard forever?" Noah froze. Part of him wanted to stay. This train was magical, full of wonders. But then he remembered his grandmother, his friends, his village. They needed him. "I want to go home," he said firmly. "I still have more of my story to write." Lila smiled sadly. "I think I'll stay a little longer. My story isn't ready to return yet." The conductor tipped his hat. "Both choices are honored. Farewell, Noah." When Noah stepped off the train, dawn was breaking over Bramblewick. The station looked ordinary again, silent and empty. But in his hand, he still held the glowing blank book from the library. On the first page, new words appeared. Noah's story was just beginning. He looked up at the mountains, at the rising sun, and smiled. He knew he would never forget the Enchanted Train. And perhaps, one midnight, when the clock struck 12 again, he would hear its whistle calling him back. Sparkles the end sparkles.